Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's your old pal Mr. Butter coming back at you. As you can see, we're having a rainy day here, so I figured I'd make this review from the porch. I just had a pair of Dunk Lows be delivered, and once again, it's a women's sizing only pair of Dunk Lows, and for some reason, it seems like I have much more luck grabbing women's Dunk Lows than I do grabbing men's Dunk Lows for retail. I don't know why that is, but it just seems like I always hit on women's pairs of Dunk Lows. If you're into kicks and you feel like hanging out, then hit that subscribe button. Let's look at these Rose Whisper Dunk Lows. We'll start with a look at the box. There's nothing really to review about this. Same thing we always get. The tag reads Women's Nike Dunk Low, and the color is white and Rose Whisper. Retail on these was right around $100, maybe $110, but I think it was $100 even. And here they are, the Women's Rose Whisper Nike Dunk Low. And these are just a really classic looking shoe. The color blocking is that same classic color blocking like we get on the Pandas and, you know, the Be True to Your School pack. Just, you know, a solid color for the base, and then all the overlays are just one different color. In this case, we've got the white base, and then just Rose Whisper is the color for all these overlays, and it looks nice. They look really nice. This is a pair I don't think looks overly feminine. Like, I could see them making this a full-size run, and I would wear these shoes. Even though it's Rose Whisper, I guess it's like a mix of like maybe a tan or a khaki color and pink. Like, I don't think they're overly feminine or anything, but I think they're a real clean shoe. I really like the way they came out. I also really like how on the edges of this Rose Whisper leather, the color is just a little bit different. Like, it gives it a little bit of contrast, and I don't know if you can pick that up or not, but all of these edges have a nice color on the edge of it, and it almost just gives it like a border effect on it, but it's real neat looking. I think this would be a great pair for summertime, for the warmer weather. I think it would match just about anything. I mean, jeans or shorts and, you know, whatever. I don't think you'd have a hard time throwing outfits together with these. But getting into the review, we got a standard Dunk outsole, standard tread pattern, pivot point in the front, Nike branding at the midfoot, and it's just this nice Rose Whisper color. It really reminds me of like pink and khaki mixed together. Like, there's a heavy, it definitely has a lot of like a tan hue to it, but I really like the color on them. And then coming up, that Rose Whisper outsole meets a bright white midsole, and it's got bright white stitching, and everything looks nice and clean on it. Just a classic looking shoe. And then coming up from that, we've got all these overlays of this Rose Whisper leather, and it feels maybe a little bit softer than what the white leather on the base of the shoe does, but it's standard Dunk grade. It's not like this is a pair that makes you do a double take and like, oh wow, these are nice materials for Dunks. It's standard Dunk materials. I mean, it feels kind of synthetic. I'm not saying it's 100% synthetic, but it feels better than mids, but it's like in between nice leather and mid leather, you know? It's just your standard Dunk. But anyhow, we've got this nice Rose Whisper color, or pink color for the mudguard. Then going up the eye stays, we got it on the swoosh, and then we have it wrapping around the heel, and we also see it up on this tab here. I like how clean this Nike verbiage is. I like how clean this stitching back here is that spells out Nike. Just the use of white and that pink color, it just looks really nice. And of course it's got that classic stitching going across the heel that I love to see. And as I mentioned, the whole base of the shoe is just a white leather, and it just feels kind of synthetic. You know, it's not super soft or real high end or anything, but they look nice. They look really nice. If you can get them for retail, I think it's a real nice pickup. But it's got those classic perforations on the toe box. And then you can see that white leather on the side panels. And on the back of the shoe. They gave us some Rose Whisper laces. I hate saying that color. I don't know why, it just sounds weird. But they gave us some laces to match these overlays on the shoe. And it's just got a white tongue with white piping. And the tag at the top is white, but it's got Nike branding there in Rose Whisper to match the rest of the shoe. Our sock liner is Rose Whisper, as well as our insole, and it looks like we've got some white Nike branding down on the insole. But I mean, that's pretty much it. There's not a whole lot to go over with these. I think they're real cute. I mean, I think that I think guys could wear them too, but I think they'd look real good on Mrs. Butter or, you know, one of my daughters or something. But I always like hitting dunks for retail. I think it's a good deal getting them for retail. I'm not sure if prices are high on these or not. They kind of just feel like a standard dunk, but I think having this classic color blocking, I could see them, you know, being sought after, but I haven't really looked at that, so I can't really tell you any information on that. They came out well. The toe boxes aren't shaped exactly the same. I don't know if you can see the differences there up near the mudguard or not, but there's some like small imperfections, but they don't look terrible or anything. And there's not a lot of glue or stitching mistakes or anything like that. All of the stitching on all these overlays does match whatever panel that they're on. The only contrast that you see is that white going across the swoosh. But overall, I think they're a real cool looking pair of kicks, and for $100, I think it's a good deal. But anyhow, you all have a good one, and I'll catch you on the next one. I'm out.